years since we last saw Enola Holmes grace the silver screen, or at least the Netflix screen. I remember really enjoying it and having a lot of fun with it, and as soon as I learned that they were actually making a sequel to it, I was pretty excited. Because as many movies as Netflix tends to make, I don't really care for a majority of them, but I did like Enola Holmes, and now we have Enola Holmes 2. Now a detective for hire like her famous brother Sherlock, Enola Holmes takes on her first official case to find a missing girl. But that starts to unravel a dangerous conspiracy, igniting a mystery that requires the help of friends and Sherlock himself to solve the case. The game's afoot! Just like the first one, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I mean, I think that Millie Bobby Brown really fits this character really well, and I love Eleven, I love Stranger Things, but there's something so innocent, feel good about her character as Enola Holmes. Just like the first movie, it's just like the female version of Sherlock Holmes, but she also brings her own sort of flair to the character that is kind of completely different from Sherlock. Her cases typically deal with missing people. Sherlock has more complicated cases and everything, but with Enola it's a lot more simple, straightforward, innocent, fun. And the same definitely goes for this the second film here, though I will say that I didn't care so much about the mystery. It started out okay, but the more that it went along, the more it got into this conspiracy, the more I just kind of got a little bit confused with. And the main reason why is because the focus stopped being so much on Enola as Sherlock himself stepped into frame and he kind of shared the screen with Enola. Now I love Henry Cavill. I really like him in this role as Sherlock. He brings his own unique personality and perspective on Sherlock character. Is it the best Sherlock we've ever seen in TV and movies? No. But I'd also jump at the chance to see his own movie with his own, John Watson. I would love that. And in Enola Holmes 2, unlike the first one, we actually got to see how he does his thing. We actually got to see him deduce a little bit. The first movie, he was just kind of a pretty face. He's like, hey look, I'm Henry Cavill, I'm Sherlock, and that was basically it. This we actually got to see a little bit more. We got to see him in his actual flat, 221B Baker Street. We got to see him solve a mystery of sorts, and he did a pretty good job. It's pretty cool. But I do think that the story gets a little bit watered down when it focuses so much on Sherlock and Enola at the same time, because they're kind of on the same path, but they also split apart here and there, where Sherlock's doing something here and Enola's doing something there. The film doesn't always do the best job focusing on both sides. So for me, it started to get a little bit convoluted, and I didn't fully understand everything that was going on, and I kind of stopped caring here and there. It brought me back by the end of the film, and I was really digging the denouement at the end. I really enjoyed that. But honestly, somewhere in the second act, it kind of sort of lost me. But at the same time, honestly, I was still having a lot of fun with it. I really like these characters. I really liked the production design once again of London in the far past. Once again, I completely and fully believe the time era that this was supposed to take place in. I really dug the performances by everybody. The unique take on cinematography, the fourth wall breaking from Enola Holmes, all of it was just like the first movie and just as fun, and I honestly really liked most of it. It's just that the mystery for me was a little bit convoluted, and I liked it better when it started off when it was a lot more simpler than how it ended when it was a lot more convoluted and messy and complex. That being said, I can tell you right now that I scored it exactly the same as the first movie. They're completely tied. And if I was forced to compare the two and pick one that's better than the other, I'd have a lot of problems. I could tell you that the first one was probably made better. It was simpler. It wasn't as complex. The focus was more on Enola, and because of that, it was easier to follow. But it didn't really have Sherlock other than like a cameo, and this did. We got to see Henry Cavill doing his deducing thing, and it was awesome. So for me, it's a toss-up, because I like both movies for different reasons, and they're both scored exactly the same. What is that score, you ask? Well, I'll tell ya. It's A letter grade, final overall score of 86%, which you can see from my unbiased and biased score together. Everything scored 86% across the board, which means absolutely it's as entertaining as it is well made. There's also some hints that maybe a third film is coming. I have no idea if that's true or not. Maybe we'll see a movie with Moriarty. Maybe we'll see a movie with, Sherlock and Watson. Maybe we'll see Enola Holmes 3 take on her biggest case yet? We don't know. It's too early to tell, and with Netflix, you never really know what they're gonna do next. But I hope that Millie Bobby Brown does return to this character, because even though she's iconic as Eleven in Stranger Things, I think that she's just as good in the character of Enola Holmes. I think that she brings a lot to the table. I think that she's a lot of fun to watch. I think that the mysteries that she partakes in are a lot of fun to watch and to watch unfold. The mystery at the heart of this film was, it was okay. It wasn't the best thing ever. It wasn't as simple as it could be, but a majority of that was because they tried to split the characters of Enola and Sherlock doing their own things, and it really should have been just, one vantage point figuring out this case. But at the end of the day, that's just a minor gripe on my end. I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Obviously, 86% is not a bad score whatsoever, A-, right? But what about you guys? Did you enjoy Enola Holmes 1? Did you enjoy the second film? Let me know in the comments section down below, and as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell to be notified when I come out with my next review, and until then, peace out!